What's up, guys? It's your boy Houston Rocket with another video, and I'm going to be eating some hot dogs and chicken tenders. Ugh. But I am. I definitely am. Also, got some things to talk about. Let me see if I can fill this bong up. Ugh. Okay. 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 Cheers. A little of the grape mints before I get down on these chicken tenders and this hot dog. I hope everybody's having a beautiful fucking Wednesday. Is today Wednesday? I think so. Hump day? Yeah, today's Wednesday. Haha. Chicken tenders and Caesar dressing is the tits. Especially because a lot of times chicken tenders come from the breast. And chicken titties be fire. I'm gonna smash this fucking hot dog real fast. You ever heard somebody say they're gonna eat like a fat boy real quick? I'm gonna inhale this hot dog. Because sometimes you just need a good hot dog. There might not be a thing in nature, but somewhere in our process as people, we got to the point where mushed up meat encased in intestine or something our body craved. I guess I'm the only one that finds it funny that they sell this type of food at gas stations where you're trying to fuel up. That's just my perspective. Two, though, sometimes a hot dog isn't just a hot dog. Sometimes sometimes the things we consume physically definitely are nourishing somewhat of a spiritual side, right? Think about like people who consume things in remembrance of loved ones. Energetically, you might just be eating the food, but energetically, you're consuming something that that person loved, and you're remembering what they remembered, which is something that they enjoyed. So in a way, by transference, you're helping them enjoy something from the physical in the spiritual. I think that's why the Day of the Dead, like Dia de Muertos, is such a big thing, because energetically you're giving life to the dead in a way. You know what I mean? You're giving physical to the dead, treats and goods and fun things. Like with my mom, she would spend her money on food and treats and giving it to people to make them feel better. Like, she knew people liked certain things, she would get them, you know, if she could. If she couldn't, she would say that. Chicken tenders. So, I think there's something to be said about consuming everything in moderation. Because some people will. They'll cut themselves off from really cool experiences. All because, like, nah, I don't want to. But when you get to different levels of life, you start to see. It's like this movie, The Mask. Everybody wears one, in a way. Everybody has their presentation. Everybody has their character. What differentiates people is a lot of times people develop their mask as a way to hide themselves. Because really they're not happy with themselves. I can tell you right now, with myself, I'm not happy with myself. But I'm not letting that control my thought process. I'm not going to let that dictate my actions towards myself. Yeah, I wasn't, you know, mentally feeling the best. Got up, took a walk, grabbed myself some junk food, put on a movie, dressed myself up a little bit, made myself feel better. Here I am chilling, talking to nobody on a camera. But you know what? It's something I enjoy and it makes me feel better. And I did that for myself. someone I know taught me that. And I'm thankful. Even though that person and I can never really interact the way we was. I'm thankful for that entire experience. I'm thankful for that person. I'm thankful for the things that they taught me. I'm thankful for the things I shared and taught them. I'm glad I had the experience. It was good. There were some lessons that came out of it that were they unpleasant? Goddamn right. That's what happens when you make certain decisions. Crazy enough, that's why certain things happen when you make certain decisions. Think about it like this. In a world where everything you want is out there, and yeah, you could just go take it, but there's consequences for everything. So why aren't there more people just taking things? Because in some way, it makes others jealous to get something without working or earning it. So they feel like that's thieving. And in some regards, depending on how you go about it, it is. But I say that to say this. Excuse me. If you recognize that there's something that you could do and you have the ability to do it, and really all you got to do is get up and do it, are you? Because that's really what it's about in life. Listen closely. I'm going to give you a little combination to life here. Because it's all cyclical. But think about it like this. What can you do in your present moment that you have the ability to do, that you will do, that's important. And whatever it is that you will do it. You do that thing enough, or maybe not that thing, but here's another combination. Whatever that thing is at the moment, guess what? You're now making steps towards the goals. Even if you don't know what the goals are yet. those two combinations, those might walk you towards your goals right now. Because there's something to be said about doing what you can do versus doing what you will do. Especially if doing what you will do is what you can do versus what you need to do. Write that down. Because sometimes we'll put our needs off because of what we can do, what we want to do, what we think we should do. That's another one. What we think we should. What we think we should. What we think we should. Unless you're a reasonable and logical thinker following your thoughts, especially if you don't fill your thinking with pleasant, good things, positive, progressive, motivational things, your thoughts will lead you astray. It's good to have something that's uplifting and encouraging and motivating and leading you in a positive direction in your life. Because trust me, there's plenty of things that will take you in a negative direction. But when you get those things figured out as to why you needed to go through those experiences, be grateful, because it'll show you a lot about yourself, about others, and as this person who will no longer be a part of my life ever once showed me. And I think because we only crossed paths because the universe needed to show us both some things from different sides of the world that neither of it, if it wasn't for us crossing paths the way we had, neither one of us would have ever crossed paths. Period. That being said, that person showed me and taught me sometimes the universe does really grant us some cool experiences. When it happens, don't get caught up in trying to keep it. Experience it and let it go. Peace and much love.